Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. My name is Navin, and today we will continue with our 500 most expected CAT Quant questions. Today will be part 13 of this series. And hi, Motivational World. Hi, Divij. How are you guys doing? How is the preparation going on? So, today we'll be looking into arithmetic questions, time and work, time, speed and distance. Okay. So let's begin with our first question for the day. Two employees, Ravi and Chetna, worked together, completed a job in 8 days. If Ravi worked thrice as efficiently as he actually did, and Chetna worked 1/4 as efficiently as she actually did, the work would have been completed in 4 days. In how many days did Ravi alone could complete the work? So, if you talk about actual, the efficiencies of Ravi and Chetna, right? So, Ravi worked thrice as efficiently. So, let's say Ravi's actual efficiency is R. So, he worked thrice of actual, so it's 3R. And Chetna worked 1/4 as efficiently as she did. So suppose Chetna's efficiency is 4C, she worked at an efficiency of C. The work would have been completed in 4 days. So if you're talking about 3R plus C, the work will get completed in 4 days, right? And if they were working with their original efficiencies, the work would have been completed in 8 days. Right? So instead of worked, it's only the work part. So let's write down work. So the question is, in how many days Ravi alone could complete the work? So from here, we need to find out R and C accordingly. So the best way is we take the work as the LCM of 4 and 8, right? So let's take this as 8. So if we take this as 8, the first equation will give us 3R plus C is equal to 2 and R plus 4C is equal to 1. Let's solve for R because we need to find out for Ravi. So for that, we'll have to multiply the first equation by 4 and let's subtract. So when we do this, we will have 12R minus R, which is going to be 11R, right? And 4C minus 4C will be 0, and this is going to be 8 minus 1, which is going to be 7. So Ravi's efficiency is going to be 7 upon 11. Right? Now, as per the question, it is asked that in how many days Ravi alone could complete the work. So if this is the efficiency of Ravi, and for D days he is going to complete the work, efficiency into duration gives us the total work, right? So from here, the days is going to be 88 by 7. Now 88 by 7 is 84 plus 4 upon 7. Now 84 by 7 is going to be 12. So 12 4 by 7 is what we are going to get. So that is the number of days Ravi will take alone, right? So the answer is going to be C. So you can see that whatever it was written, we've solved it exactly the way the language was given to us. Okay. So there was no deviation, there was no trick involved. It was a very straightforward question. Next one. P, Q and R together can complete a piece of work in 50 days. All the three started working at it together. And after 5 days, P left. Then Q and R completed the work in 15 more days. P alone could complete the work in how many days, right? So it is given that P and Q and R, they can complete the work in 15 days. So this is the amount of work. Now the same amount of work, they all started together and for 5 days they worked, right? So for 5 days they worked. And then P left. If P leaves, then Q and R is going to work. So it is given that Q and R together will take now another 15 days to finish the same work. So they both are same. The LHS of both the equations are same. So if we equate them, we will have P plus Q plus R into 15. That is going to give us P plus Q plus R into 5 plus Q plus R into 15. So this is going to give us P plus Q plus R. So let's first of all simplify this. 15, 5, they are in the table of 5. So this is 3, this is 3, this is 1. So we will be getting P plus Q plus R into 2 is equal to Q plus R into 3. Or this is going to give us 2 into P is equal to Q plus R. Or we will have P as the average of Q and R. ठीक है, average लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. What we can do is we can leave it as such. Okay. Now, we can substitute this Q plus R as 2P, and since P is asked, so Q plus R की जगह we can put 2P here, right? So we get 3P into 15 is equal to work, or we can rearrange and write P into 45 is equal to work, right? So this is nothing but an equation which tells us if P works for 45 days and P works as in he is working alone, the work will get completed. So the answer is supposed to be 45, option A. Again, very straightforward question, just like the previous one. Okay, the next one. In the meantime, let's see if you guys have any doubt. Hi Agrima, hi Kalamadi, hi Virendra. Volume is low? Okay, hold on. What about now? Is the volume fine? Am I audible now? अभी ठीक है, बताना. Okay? Okay. Next question is 20 men can complete a work in 15 days. 30 children can complete the same work in 25 days. 16 men and 20 children started working, and after 10 days, 4 more children joined them. How many days will they take now to complete the remaining work? Remaining work के बारे में पूछा. So it is given that 20 men can complete a piece of work in 15 days, and the same work 30 children can complete in 25 days, right? So from here we can say that M into 20 into 15 is going to be same as 1 child into 30 into 25. We can simplify this right away. We can take out the tens here, and then we can take out the 5 from the remaining. So this is 5 into 3, and this is 5 into 5. Then we can take out the next 3. So from here we will be getting that 2m is equal to 5c. Okay, or the efficiency of a man is 5 and efficiency of a child is 2. From this, it's actually the ratio, but that is fine. So if we take efficiency of man as 5 and efficiency of a child is 2, and if we put it back, we will be getting the work as 20 into efficiency of a man into 15, which will be same as 30 into efficiency of a child into 25. If you try to solve both of these terms, the values, you will find them to be same. They both are going to be 175, 15, 1500, 1500 units का work है. ठीक है? So we'll remember two things. The work is 1500 units and the efficiency of a man and a child, they are in 5:2 ratio. Now what is given further is that 16 men and 20 children can start working, and after 10 days, that means they worked for 10 days, 4 more children join in. So now we will be having 16 men that are going to work, and instead of 20 children, we will be having 24 children. So question is, in how many days are they going to complete the same amount of work, which is going to be the product, which we just saw is 1500, right? So let's put in the value of M and C as 5 and 2. So this is 5, this is 2, this is 5, this is 2. You will realize that everything over here is numerical except for the variable D, right? So this is 80 plus 40, 120 into 10, plus 16 into 5 is another 80, and 24 into 2 is 48. Into D, that gives us 1500. So we will be having D as 1500 minus 1200, that is 300, divided by 80 plus 48, which is 128. We can get rid of some number of 2's here. We can take out 4 here. 4 is common in both numerator and denominator. The numerator will give us 75, while the denominator will give us 32. So this is going to be 35 and 72. I hope there is no calculation mistake. 80 plus 48. And 20 children started work, and after 10 days, 4 more children joined them. 32. Okay. So it's going to be 275. One 11 upon 32 is very close to 1/3. And 1/3 के close. Instead of 2m, we can write 5 children. Or instead of I hope there is no calculation mistake here. 20 men can complete a piece of work in 15 days. 30 children can complete the same work in 25 days. 16 men and 20 children started working, and after working for 10 days, 4 more children joined them. So instead of 20 children, we will be having 24 children. How many days will they now take to complete the remaining work? And we are only supposed to find out the remaining work, which is the D part, right? So a man is 5 and a child is 2. So that is 80 plus 40, 120 hota hai, and we have 80 plus 48, which is 128 only. That is going to be 1500 minus 1200, 300. Okay, so the calculation mistake is not there. Let me see if the language has got something to do with it, because our closest option is going to be B, but we are still not sure. Motivational word, multiply karo. 20 into 5 is 100. 100 into 15 is 1500. Multiply karo, आपको आंसर आ जाएगा. Okay, hold on. Instead of 2 men, if we have 3 children, 5 children. So 2 men की जगह अगर 5 child कर दें, okay, let's see this. M into 20 into 30, 20 and 30 gone. We have 2 and 3. And then 5 into 3 is 15. So we will have 5C and 2M. So there is no calculation mistake there as well, right? Because it is giving us 1500 either way. 50 into 30 is 1500. 8, 40, 80, 800 plus 150C by 64. Okay, so I don't see any calculation mistake. Huh, Virendra, if you're dealing with ratio, it is the same thing, right? You are trying to find out the main equivalent of a child. So I don't think there is an issue there. So यहाँ पर ना ये ऑप्शन की वैल्यू गड़बड़ है, ठीक है. So this is supposed to be 32 and 11. ठीक है, क्योंकि आंसर तो बी है, तो क्लोजेस्ट ऑप्शन था शायद, इसीलिए that's why we were supposed to mark that. The question should have been then approximate or the closest option, right? So 211 by 32 is going to be the answer. Definitely not, it's going to be A, C or D. Okay, next one. If Anil can do 1/5 of a work in 4 days and Bina can do 1/6 of the same work in 5 days, how much will A get if both work together and are paid rupees 250 in all? So if you're talking about Anil, if Anil can finish 1/5 of the work in 4 days, so alone he will be taking 20 days to finish it. And if you're talking about Bina, if Bina can do 1/6 of the same work in 5 days, so she is going to take 6 into 5, 30 days to finish the same amount of work. So this is the duration that they take to finish it. So their efficiencies are going to be inversely proportional, right? So duration का ratio 2:3 है, तो efficiency का ratio हो जाएगा 3:2. Now the payment happens in the ratio of the efficiency. So that means out of every 5 rupees, Anil gets 3 and Bina gets 2. Now question says total 250 agar hai, so how much will Anil get, right? How much will A get? So Anil is going to get 250 ko 3:2 mein divide kar lo, right? So Anil is going to get 3/5 of 250, which is going to be 150 rupees, and Bina is going to get 100 rupees. 150 and 100, their sum is 250 and they are in the ratio 3:2. So ये Anil है और इधर Bina, right? So this is going to give us option D. I hope no one has an issue here. Okay? So remember that whenever the durations are known about people, their inversely proportional is what their efficiencies are, and efficiencies are directly proportional to the payment. So a person who is more efficient should be paid more. It has got nothing to do with total time kitna le raha hai. Okay? Payment is never divided equally. Okay, next one. If two pipes work simultaneously, as in they work together, the reservoir will be filled in 12 hours. One pipe fills the reservoir 10 hours faster than the other. How many hours does it take the second pipe to fill the reservoir? So there are two ways to solve this. One is using variable, another is using option. Okay? So I hope you guys do understand that if A and B are the time they take, not the efficiency here. A and B are the duration that the pipes take to fill the tank alone. Then together is given as AB upon A plus B. ये together का formula हो जाता है, where A and B are their duration individually. So if I start with the first option, so if A takes 10, so B will take 20, because we are talking about the second pipe, right? One pipe fills the reservoir is 10 hours. This is little complicated because अब ये second pipe के बारे में कौन सा बात कर रहा है? Second pipe as in, हाँ ये first pipe है. So one pipe की जगह we can consider this to be first pipe. Then only this will make sense. नहीं तो अगर second pipe 10 ले रहा है तो first pipe 0 ले रहा है, right? The first option will not make sense. So we will have 10 into 20 by 10 plus 20. You will realize that this is not 12. Because denominator has a 3 and it will not cancel out. So A is not your answer. If I take the next option, if A is going to be 20, then B is going to be 30. Sorry. हाँ, जीरो वाला ही सेंस बनता है, बिकॉज ऑप्शन में सेकेंड पाइप बोल रहे हैं ना. So these are the values of the second pipe, the B. So if B takes 10, so A takes 0, right? क्योंकि जो first pipe है वो 10 hours faster than the other है. अच्छा, it says 10 hours faster. So 10 hours faster than the other. तो अगर वो 10 है तो वो 0 होगा. So this is not going to give us, right? 0 means instantly it fills it. So this doesn't make sense. Second is, अगर B pipe 20 लेता है तो A will take 10 hours less, right? So this is going to be 10. So 10 into 20 by 10 plus 20 अभी check कर चुके हैं. If B is going to be 30, A is going to be 20. So इसका देख लेते हैं. 30 into 20 divided by 30 plus 20. This is going to be 600 by 50. 600 by 50 is going to be 12. तो C हो जाएगा आंसर. ठीक है, because the calculation is an easy one, the formula is an easy one, so even going through the options it's pretty quick. If we did not want to do this, तो हम लोग ये करते हैं कि A अगर D days लेता है तो B will take D plus 10 days, and using the same formula we can say D into D plus 10 divided by D plus 10, and this is given to us as 12. We cross multiply and solve it, we will be getting the value of D. So I did not want to use this because मेरे को एक feeling था, gut feeling कि quadratic आने वाला है. So that's why I did not do this. But if you solve this, you will get the value of D as 20. If D is going to be 20, the other pipe is going to take 20 plus 10, which is 30. So anyways, it will result in option C only. Okay, so language was tricky. तो थोड़ा pause लेके हमेशा ना time ले लिया करो. So answer is C. Okay, next, a multifunctional pump can be used for filling as well as for emptying a tank. The capacity of the tank is 720 meter cube. The emptying capacity of the tank is 10 meter cube per minute, higher than its filling capacity, and the pump needs 6 minutes less to empty the tank than it needs to fill it. Find the filling capacity of the pump. This doesn't look a question on time and work. I mean, it is somewhat related to time and work, but it's rather a very straightforward question. So let's not think of time and work. So if we are talking about while filling, what happens, and while emptying, what happens, right? ये दो cases हैं. So while filling, this 720 meter cube is the total volume, and if its filling capacity is, let's say, F, and the pump needs 6 minutes less to empty the tank than it needs to fill it, और time जो लेता है वो T लेता है. Okay. Now while emptying it, this same 720, the emptying capacity is filling से 10 ज़्यादा, right? And the time it needs is 6 minutes less. So instead of T, this is T minus 6. So like I said, this is not time and work. This is rather solving two equations where the variables are in product. So find the filling capacity of the pump in meter cube per minute. So F की वैल्यू चाहिए हमें यहाँ पे, है ना? तो अब अगर इसको आप ओपन करके सॉल्व करने की कोशिश करोगे, it will be difficult to eliminate F. Okay. Or eliminate T as a matter of fact, because we have F and T alone and then we have with constants and फिर दूसरा equation है. तो ऐसे questions TSD में भी करेंगे आपने, which is not easy, right? So what we do in such cases is, if the options are provided to us, we start using the options. कैसे करते हैं? Suppose if we take the first option, कि 20 is the answer for F. If 20 is the answer for F, so the value of T is going to be 720 by 20, which is 72 by 2, that is going to be 36. If that is 36, so 720 has to be written as 20 plus 10, which is 30, into t minus 6, 36 minus 6 which is 30. 720 is not 30 into 30. So A nahi ho sakta, right? Then we go to the next option. If f is 30, right? So t is going to be 720 by 30 or 72 by 3, which is going to give us t is equal to 24. If t is equal to 24, and if we now use the values of f and t here, so 30 plus 10 is 40 into t minus 6, that is 24 minus 6 is going to be 18. Now 40 into 18 is going to be 720. So हमारा आंसर B हो जाएगा. So filling capacity यानी f की value पूछे थे और the value of f was given in the options. So ऐसे solve कर लिया. Okay. B is the answer. Okay, next. A train travels at an average speed of 60 miles per hour for 3.5 hours and then travels at a speed of 80 miles per hour for 2.5 hours. How far did the train travel in the entire 6 hours? Pretty straightforward question, right? So distance is equal to speed into the duration or the time for which it was running. And then means further next speed into time. So this is going to give us 210 kilometers here, 210 miles, sorry. 60 into 3 is 180 and 60 ka half is 30, 180 plus 30 is 210. Then 80 into 2.5, 80 ka double is 160 and then we have half of 80 which is 40. So 160 plus 40 is 200. So this is going to give us 410 miles. D. Right? एकदम straightforward. मतलब इससे आसान question नहीं हो सकता. So this is obviously not a question that will come in CAT, but maybe in some other simpler exam like NMAT, SNAP, MHCET. This is more like to understand that even if the units are different, you're not used to seeing those units, you can still solve it. कि हाँ distance निकालना है तो speed and time is supposed, I mean they are supposed to be multiplied. Okay, the next one. A thief is spotted by a policeman from a distance of 200 meters. When the policeman starts the chase, the thief also starts running. If the speed of the thief is 16 km per hour and that of the policeman is 20 km per hour, how far will the thief have to run before he is overtaken? So let's calculate the time that the police is going to take to catch thief. That is given as the distance between the two bodies, that is the police and the thief, 200 meters, जो given है, divided by the difference of the speeds here, which is 20 km per hour minus 16 km per hour, right? So अभी आप देखोगे denominator में किलोमीटर वाला term है and the numerator has meters. So let's convert this into kilometers. So instead of 200 meters, let's write 0.2 kilometers. So this is going to give us 0.2 divided by 20 minus 16, which is going to be 4 hours, जो हमें दे देगा 2 by 40 or 1/20th of an hour. Okay, let's not convert this into minutes. Let's leave it as such. Now question is, how far will the thief have to run? So we need to calculate the distance that the thief is going to travel. अगर distance thief का निकालना है, तो speed भी thief का लेंगे. So the speed of the thief is 16 km per hour. और time जो है, वो तो thief and police, they both are going to run for the same duration, 1/20th of an hour. So we'll be using that. So this is going to give us 4/5 of a kilometer. 4/5 of a kilometer is 800 meters. 4 by 5 into 1000 meters, right? So answer is going to be A. Okay. Next one. I started on my bicycle at 8 a.m. to reach a certain place. After going a certain distance, my bicycle went out of order. Consequently, I rested for 40 minutes and came back to my house walking all the way. I reached my house at 3 p.m. If my cycling speed is 20 km per hour and my walking speed is 2 km per hour, then on my bicycle, I covered a distance of how much? So, bicycle से I started at 8, reached a certain point, right? T time, कोई भी time पे पहुंचा. And then what I did was इधर को the bicycle went out of order, right? Rested for 40 minutes and then came back walking. ठीक है? So वापस चलकर आ गया and reaches back at 3 p.m. So at what time did I reach there and at what time did I leave? If I can find out at what time did I reach, तो उससे 40 minutes बाद I left from that point. Or if I can figure out at what point did I leave from that point, तो उधर से उधर पहुंचे कब थे? 40 minutes earlier, right? So we need to find out what is the distance that we had to cover. So I think we can नहीं ऑप्शन से जाना थोड़ा मुश्किल होगा because options are complicated fractions. So here we are going to use proportional. The thing that is constant while going on the bicycle and while coming back, ये जो है, the distance is same, right? So whatever distance I covered previously is the same distance that I covered now. Now as in walk करते हुए वापस आते वक्त बाइसाइकिल से जितना डिस्टेंस कवर करा तो उतना ही चल कर है, right? So when distance is constant, we say that speed and time are inversely proportional. So this tells us कि बाइसाइकिल का जो स्पीड था और मेरा वॉकिंग का जो स्पीड था, that was inversely proportional to the time that I took while walking is to the time that I took while bicycling. Okay. So speed of the cycling is given to us as 20 and walking speed is given as 2. So this will be the ratio of walking और bicycle का. यानी कि मेरे को अगर वॉक करने में और बाइसाइकिल करने में जो रेशियो था वो 10:1 था. इट मीन्स अगर मैं 1 मिनट के लिए बाइसाइकिल करता हूं तो रिमेनिंग 10 मिनट्स के लिए मैं वॉक करता हूं. For every 10 minutes that I cycle, I walk for 100 minutes. So the ratio is going to be 10:1. Okay. The total duration for which I actually traveled, तो मेरे को total duration जो था मेरा दोनों का मिला के उसी को 10:1 में डिवाइड करना है, isn't it? तो अगर देखा जाए, I left home at 8 a.m. I came back at 3 p.m. So my mom asked कि 8 a.m. से लेके 3 p.m. which is a total of 7 hours. 7 hours क्या कर रहे थे? So I should be like, in those 7 hours, I actually bicycled. Then I rested there for 40 minutes क्योंकि साइकिल खराब हो गई. And then I came back walking. So my mom would be like, okay, if we remove those 40 minutes, right? Out of those 7 hours, if you remove those 40 minutes, that means the 6 hours and 20 minutes, you were actually either bicycling or walking. 40 minutes वो हटा देते हैं because that's not the part of either walk or bicycle. Now 6 hours 20 minutes is nothing but 380 minutes. So we are supposed to divide this 380 minutes in the ratio 10:1. क्योंकि 380 minutes में से जो 10 component आएगा that will be the walk का time और जो 1 का आएगा वो होगा मेरा cycling का time. Right? So if we divide 380 in the ratio 10:1 तो मेरे को बाइसाइकिल का करना था या कोई भी एक, या तो वॉक कर ले या बाइसाइकिलिंग कर ले. सो कैन आई से द वॉक वाला साइकिल कर लेता हूं. सो कैन वी से कि साइकिल वाला जो टाइम होगा that is going to be 1/11 of 380 minutes, right? Which is 6 hours and 20 minutes. Now, cycling speed is 20 km/h. So if we multiply it with the speed of the cycling, we will get the distance. And the distance by cycling is same as the distance by walk. Okay. So 380 minutes we need to convert this into hour, और 20 किलोमीटर पर आवर को पहले मीटर पर मिनट या किलोमीटर पर मिनट में कन्वर्ट करो, फिर वापस उधर जाओ. सो ये थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो जाएगा, तो ये 380 हटा देते हैं. एज इन 6 hours 20 minutes, that is 6 1/3 of an hour should be divided in the ratio 2:1. So this is 6 1/3 of an hour is 19/3 actually. So 19/3 of an hour into 20 kilometer per hour. Now the problem will not be there क्योंकि अब hour same unit है. One thing that you will realize is the denominator is going to contain 33 because neither that 11 nor that 3 is going to get cancelled out. So denominator में 33 होगा तो A and D तो नहीं होने वाला, right? So the answer is going to be C. How? दो कारण से. इसको पूरा सॉल्व करोगे तो आपको C आएगा, बिल्कुल आना चाहिए. The second thing is, if you look at the numerator part of this fraction, this is a number that is going to be 19 into 20, which is 380 divided by 33. ठीक है, तो ये किलोमीटर्स हो जाएंगे. सॉल्व करोगे ये आएगा. Vice versa, between the two options, if I convert the first mixed fraction into proper fraction, it's going to give us 20 into 33 plus 17/33, है ना? ये जो calculation है numerator, this will not end in 0 because 12 into 33 ends in 6. 6 plus 7 ends in a 3. आपका C option जो है वो 0 से end होगा, which is going to be 11 into 33 plus 17 divided by 33. 11 into 33 will end in 3 plus 7 will end in 0. So that is the reason how I realized that C should be the answer without converting that proper fraction, improper fraction into that mixed fraction. ठीक है, so 380 minutes में convert करने की जरूरत नहीं थी, वो wastage हो गया because finally we had to multiply it by kilometer per hour, so we needed hour here, so we should have left it like that. So many a times while solving you realize that the extra step or the calculation you have done was futile, so you go back, revert it, right? Okay, next question. A jeep travels from city A to city B at a constant speed. If its speed were increased by 15 km per hour, it would have taken 1 hour less to cover the distance. I believe this question is same as वो volume वाला, जहाँ पे while it was trying to fill up and while trying to empty up, right? It would have taken further 40 minutes less if the speed was further increased by 15 km per hour. What is the distance between the two cities? So the distance is, let's say, D, speed is S and time is T, right? मैं इसको ऊपर से लिखना शुरू करता हूँ. I am pretty sure that we will have equations, lengthy ones. If its speed were increased by 15 km per hour, so instead of S, if this is S plus 15, it would have taken 1 hour less to cover the distance, so T minus 1. If it would have taken further 40 minutes less, so it was already 1 hour less, up 40 minutes further less. If its speed was further increased by 15 km per hour, so further है, ठीक है, ध्यान रखना, यानी previous वाले से 15 और. So now this becomes S plus 30 and this becomes T minus 1 minus 40 minutes is 2/3 of an hour. So this is minus 1, 2/3. So we need to find out the D. अब इसमें 3 variables हैं and 3 equations. So even if I take D as 250, we don't know the value of S. So ये आपको थोड़ा complicate करेगा, ठीक है? Because as per your choosing of S, your T will give us some answer and then putting it in the next two, you are supposed to see if it makes sense, right? तो option के through ये lengthy हो जाता है. What we can do is, if we take that in the denominator, still it is going to be lengthy. So पहले तो 1 2/3 को let's write down this as 5/3. Let's call this first equation, let's call this second equation, and let's call this third equation, right? So the first equation can be rearranged and written as d by s, that is equal to t. From the second one, we can write d by s plus 15. This is going to be t minus 1, right? So when we subtract, we are going to get 1. Okay? Now, if you look at the first and third, so we will have d by s and then d by s plus 30. So t and t will cancel out and this is going to give us 5 by 3. Right? और अगर मैं उससे सॉल्व करूंगा तब भी क्वाड्रेटिक आएगा. So from the first one, we will have d is equal to s into s plus 15 divided by 15. Okay? If I solve the numerator part, s plus 15 minus s, which will give us 15 by s into s plus 15. Rearrange kar liya. And from the second one, we will have d is equal to 5 times s into s plus 30 whole divided by 3 into 30, which is 90. So if we equate these two, so s and s will cancel out. 15 and 90 will cancel out. We will have s plus 15 is equal to 5/6 of s plus 30. If you cross multiply, we will have 6s plus 90 is equal to 5s plus 150, or we will get the value of speed as 150 minus 90, which is 60. Okay. Once we get the value of s as 60, we can now use the options and the value of s and put it in the first equation or maybe in the second one. Okay. ये हमारा call रहेगा. So if s is going to be 60, this is going to be 75. So we have to think of a number, or we have to use the options to find out that value of the distance. जो 60 से divide होगा, तो we'll get a number. When it gets divided by 75, we'll get another number. Difference of these two is 1. So if I take 250 by 60, it's going to be a fraction, right? So कोई ऐसा number जो 60 और 75 दोनों से divide हो जाता है, which is 300. So let's start with this option. 300 by 60 and 300 by 75. 300 by 60 is 6 minus 300 by 75 is, 300 by 60 is 5 and 300 by 75 is 4. That is equal to 1, right? Okay. So D हो जाएगा. A number that should be in the table of both 60 and 75. Okay. So if instead of writing the equations as the product, if we take as the ratio or a fraction and then we subtract, it becomes relatively easier to solve the three equations. Okay, next one. A train running at 60 km per hour takes 21 seconds to pass a platform. Next, it takes 15 seconds to pass a man walking at 6 km per hour in the same direction in which the train is going. Find the length of the platform. So, in the case of the platform, the time is given as length of the train plus length of the platform divided by just the speed of the train, because platform doesn't have a speed. Now, in the case of a walking man, the time is given as length of the train, because there is no length of the man, divided by, since we are talking about same direction, it is going to be speed of the train minus speed of the man. So from these two, we need to find out the value of LP. So from here, LT plus LP will give us 21 into 60. Now, some of you must be thinking, sir, why did you not convert 60 into meter per second? Because 21 is in seconds. You don't have to, right? Because from both the equations, you have the same unit. 60 minus 6 is 54, so 15 into 54. दोनों का यूनिट सेम है ना, 21 into 60 and 15 into 54. तो आपको अभी कन्वर्ट करने की जरूरत नहीं है. कन्वर्ट तब करना when the units are different already, or at the last step you have got, let's say, kilometer into meter per kilometer divided by meter per second. तो किलोमीटर एंड मीटर को चेंज करना पड़ेगा लास्ट स्टेप. ठीक है. Right now, this 21 is in second and 60 is in kilometer per hour. Or 15 is also in second and 54 is also in kilometer per hour. So same units है हमारे पास. Now we can subtract these two, because the moment we subtract, length of the train is gone. Anyways, हमें length of the platform ही चाहिए था, right? Vice versa, length of the platform चाहिए, तो length of the train you need to get rid of. The best way or the fastest way is to subtract them. So when we subtract them, we will get length of the platform as 21 into 60 minus 15 into 54. And remember, this is seconds into kilometer per hour अभी भी है. So हम इसको convert बाद में करेंगे at the later stage. So 54 हो गया 27 into 2. So we are going, I'm going to write it over here as 15 into 2 into 27. So what we realize is we can take out एक तो 15 into 2 30 बाहर निकाल सकते हैं, and then we can take out another 3 from 27, that is 90 we can take out, right? So we are left with 7 here, 7 into 3 and 30 into 2 minus 30 and 3 is been out, so 27 में से 3 जाएगा तो 9 बचेगा. So this is going to give us 30 into 3 into 14 minus 9, which is 5. This is seconds into kilometer per hour, right? Which is going to give us 450. Now we can convert this into meters. Question in meters bola hai na. So how do we convert kilometer per hour into meters per second? So we are going to multiply it by 1000 and divide it by 3600, right? So now the 2 zeros will go away, right? Or 45 and 36, they both are in the table of 9. So this is 9 into 5 and this is 9 into 4. So we will have 500 by 4. I hope this is good enough for you to understand कि आपको कितना meters में आने वाला है, right? So the answer is going to be option A. Okay. The next one. In a stream running at 2 km per hour, a motorboat goes 6 kilometers upstream and back again to the starting point in 33 minutes. Find the speed of the motorboat in still water. Straightforward question, right? So the distance is given to us as 6 kilometers upstream. So upstream के लिए the formula for time is 6 divided by speed of the boat upstream. That means against the stream minus speed of the stream. Speed of this stream is 2. So इतना time लेगा boat upstream जाने में 6 kilometers. And in order to go back the same distance, of course, 6 kilometers, the boat is going to take this much time to go downstream because the speed of the boat will increase by 2 along the river जा रहा है. And this is given as 33 minutes. So 33 की जगह we can write this as 33 by 60 of an hour, which is going to give us 11 upon 20 of an hour. Why hour? क्योंकि this was in kilometers और denominator में भी kilometer per hour है ना, 2. So let's convert it into hours. So we need to find out the value of SB. So never solve, questions where you have variable in the denominator so easily. Especially इधर एक ही है ना, you will be getting a quadratic and a very difficult one. क्या करते हैं हम लोग? Options put कर लेते हैं. ठीक है? So we are supposed to put a value such that वो 6 जो है उसको थोड़ा आसानी से divide कर सके. Which I don't see. If I take 22, I will have 20 as well as 24. Makes sense. So I can try 22. If I take 18, 18 minus 2 is 16. 16 minus 2 is 14. 14 मतलब नीचे 7. So A तो नहीं हो सकता. 16 minus 2 is 14, right? So 7 will be in the denominator. We don't have a 7 here. If I take 18, so 18 minus 2 is 16. And 18 plus 2 is 20. Maybe, not sure. If I take 20, so 20 minus 2 is 18. यहाँ तो ठीक है, but 20 plus 2 is 22. 22 as in the denominator will have 11. We don't have 11 in the denominator, तो C B ruled out है. पहले D check करेंगे, उसके बाद B check कर लेंगे. D नहीं है तो B तो है ही. So we will have 6 by 22 minus 2, which is 20, plus 6 by 22 plus 2, which is 24. This is going to give us 3 by 10 plus 1 by 4, which is going to give us 12 plus 10, which is 22 by 40, which results in 11 by 20. Perfect. Right? (22 by 40 is 11 by 20. So D हो गया आंसर आपका. Everybody, please make sure that you like this video and please subscribe to the channel in case you haven't. Okay, that is the only the gift or the good feeling that we get when we see the likes on our videos. Okay, so बिना time waste किए please make sure that you like and subscribe. So anyone who wants to have free access to our app, you can download our app and simply you can unlock the entire app for 3 days for free trial. Okay. You can be one among one of the toppers this year, or you can be one among the toppers from the last year if you were with us. So this year, do not miss out on the opportunity and do join our CAT comprehensive program. So these are all the takeaways from our product, starting with a lot of live sessions to more than 10,000 questions, practice questions, more than 75 mocks, CAT as well as non-CAT with video solutions, help in your GDPI and VAT preparation. Okay, all of this is available to you, and you can avail a scholarship of up to 90% for this. The scholarship test is going to be on 9th of July at 11 AM. Make sure that you register for this. Okay, and 90% तक scholarship मिल सकता है आपको. On 1st of July at 7 PM, how to maximize your score in CAT 2023. Mr. Saral Nashier is going to take a workshop, an interactive workshop. Make sure that you register for this as well. The registration is going to happen on the app, and the link is given in the description as well as in the chat. Okay, it's first come first serve basis. Limited seats are available. Thank you everyone. Thank you for joining. Make sure that you subscribe the channel and follow us on Instagram and like our Facebook page. You can also join our Telegram channel, which is BYJU'S Exam Prep for MBA. You can also download our app for free and watch hundreds of hours of content. Okay. Thank you. Thank you everyone. I'll see you guys very soon. Until then, take care.